Let's jump into it together. And so guys, many things to mention today in our video, but let me start with an exclusive update on Carney Chukwuemeka, the midfielder of Chelsea, because we have many rumors about this talented midfielder, about many clubs interested in the player. What we can say today is that there is a release close into the contract of Carney. This is my information since they signed the player years ago from Aston Villa. The clause is there and is 44 million. This is the value of the player. For Chelsea at the moment are showing no intention to negotiate any other deal, any other formula, any other price for Carney. Then we know the market is always changing, so it's part of the game. But as of today, the position of Chelsea is very clear on the player. No intention to accept loan proposals when Chelsea have been approached by clubs over a potential loan deal in the recent weeks, in the recent months. Because it's months since many other clubs also tried to sign Carney on loan. The answer of Chelsea has always been no thanks, so Chelsea want to continue with Carney unless some club arrive with big money or by triggering, obviously in this case, the release clause. But at the moment really the situation is also depending on the player. Remember guys that when there is a release clause is not only on the club, is also on the player. So you have to trigger the clause, yes, but you also have to agree obviously with the player. And Carney at the moment is happy at Chelsea and is not planning anything else, so let's see what happens. But really at the moment the situation is this, with Chelsea insisting on no loan for Carney. What's important to say also in terms of talents is on Xavi Simons, because Xavi Simons will decide his future after the Euros. Guys, I always told you since April-May the situation is very clear. Xavi Simons informed Paris Saint-Germain of his decision to leave the club. PSG know that Xavi Simons will not stay at the club. There is a pact between Xavi Simons and Paris Saint-Germain, and this the player deciding where he plays on loan next season. Is the player obviously with the club, but the player has a big say in deciding which club he joins in the summer. Why, you will say, is the club Desi? Is the player deciding maybe also more powerful than the club? Because 1 year ago when Xavi Simons joined Paris Saint-Germain for PSG and done, it was a complicated situation from for PSG. Because the value of the player was way higher of what they paid to bring back Xavi Simons to the club, so they had to concede something to Xavi Simons in order to have the green light from the player to return to the club. The green light was there, but Xavi Simons have the possibility to decide which club he joins, obviously together with PSG, but with a big say. 2 clubs are really pushing and 2 clubs remain in pole position. Bayern are calling on a daily basis for Xavi Simons every single day. The director of Bayern, Max Saber, who is the same director who signed Xavi Simons for Red Bull League 1 year ago. Eber was working for League, then he joined Bayern, but last summer Eber is the man who was able to reach an agreement to bring Xavi Simons to the club on loan. Now Maxwell is at Bayern and wants to do the same, wants to sign Xavi Simons, so calling on daily basis, pushing a lot on player and club side to have Xavi Simons at the club. Red Bull League are doing the same. Even if Max Saber left the club, the idea of Red Blue Lights is to do something important. This summer they extended the contract of Benjamin Sesko. When everyone said Sesko is leaving, they were able to extend this contract. They extended the contract of Marco Rose, the manager, till 2026, and this was an important point to keep an important coach like Marco Rose. And now they want to continue also with Xavi Simons as one of the faces of the team, so work in progress on this one with Bayern and League pushing. But we race still open because Xavi Simons has been very clear with PSG and with all these clubs he doesn't want any destruction during the Euros, and his idea is to decide his future at the end of the Euros. So let's be patient, let's see what Xavi decides. For sure Bayern are pushing, and remember for Bayern that they are also working hard to bring in Jonathan T as new centre-back from Bayern Leverkusen. Very optimistic. Bayern feel it will happen. And also let me say that Matthijs de Ligt is the other big topic. We said yesterday that Matthijs de Ligt gave a green light to Manchester United over a potential move, and let me confirm today a crucial detail: Maada is only negotiating with Manchester United, so as of today, beginning of July, there are no other clubs involved in conversations for Matthijs de Ligt because his full focus is on Manchester United. The only club today with a green light from the player is Manchester United. The agent of the player, Rafael Apima, is working on this deal. So Rafael Apenta is negotiating with Man United, but I can guarantee to you that the contract is not going to be a problem. The Lo is on a big salary at Bayern, but Manchester United know that the player is on the move and the player will not create an issue in the salary negotiation, so personal terms negotiations underway and advancing, while Man United will try to be creative in terms of negotiations with Bayern, because Bayern want around 50 million euros. Man United will try to offer something less than this, could be 35, could be 40 with a don, so to try to have a different structure of the deal including a don. Let's see if it's going to be successful. And remember that another name of Manchester United remains Jarrod Bouré. The only player Manchester United beat for till now has been Jarrod Bouré, 38 million plus owns rejected, but for sure Manchester United appreciation for Bryant W remains, and it depends on Everton, because Everton still want 65 to 70 million pounds for Bouré. But Manchester United have no intention to pay that money, so if Everton drops the price, there is also a possibility for Man United to attack the situation of Bouré. Meanwhile, they are negotiating for Matthijs, and remember the name of Joshua Z for the striker position. Then we have many questions from Arsenal fans, so let's finish this video talking about Arsenal, because first of all, the negotiations for Ricardo Calafiori is something that we will mention in the next days, because the interest from Arsenal is there. As we say, Arsenal and Chelsea are the two clubs interested in Cafi. Waiting for a bid, waiting for a formal step, but the interest is there also from Chelsea and also from Arsenal. Both clubs are looking for similar player, a player left-footed who can play as left back and can play also as a centre back when needed. Arsenal had a similar player in Jacob Kier in the last season. But Ricardo Calafiori is obviously a different kind of player in terms of quality, in terms of how he plays in that position. So Cafi is on Arsenal list, already approved by all people at the club, so it depends now on the club what they want to do. They also have other names in the list, same for Chelsea. So for Calaf the situation is clear, and we will update on the proposals when they will make, if they will make proposals.
Keys, giving up, please, to my drink. Why I got your bitch all on her knees. They know I'm a big boss, got a big boss in this bitch. They know I'm a big talker, have my big body and they shit. No, it's Hammy, bitch, R.I.P., bitch, they die. Turn the light on my side, bitch, all the lights off for you inside.
Barca job. When Bobby decided to leave the club, Arteta was never tempted by leaving Arsenal, and now his mission is clear: to continue at the club with a new contract. And so guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories, from Xavi Simons to Ricardo Calafiori, Mardek, Jonathan Tah, and all the other stuff, including the story we mentioned on Cage and Chelsea. What the club should do with him, let me know your opinion here in comments. Like this video, turn on the notification, subscribe to the channel. See you soon.